In this problem, we are subtracting fractions and they have different denominators. Now, when you have fractions with different denominators and you want to either add or subtract them, you have to make the denominators the same first. It's like trying to subtract apples from oranges. You've got to convert them into both being apples or both being oranges or both being some other type of fruit. As long as they're the same one, then it makes sense. You can subtract apples from apples. How do we do this? Well, this is a little bit of work, but I think when you get some practice in it, it's going to come easier and easier. The first thing to do is to figure out what you want to make the denominator. And the best thing to do is to look for the least common multiple, or at least a common multiple. If you go for the least common multiple, you'll have an easier time simplifying your answer at the end. So to look for a least common multiple, I'm going to look for multiples of 8 first. So 8, 16, 24. Oh, so I'm going to stop there because I can see already if we list the multiples of 12, we'd get to 24 on the second one. So it looks like 24 is our best bet. So now how do we change these denominators? So that's the next step. Once you've found what you want your denominator to be, then you're going to multiply. To get 24, we'd multiply 12 by 2, but the rule is you have to multiply by the same thing on the top and the bottom. So we're going to multiply on the top and multiply on the bottom. When we do that, we just get an equivalent fraction. So this is not going to say 7/12 anymore. It's going to say 14/24, but it has the same value. So we haven't actually changed the value. Let's set up this other one here. So 3 over 8. Now, we're not going to multiply by 2, because if I multiplied this 8 by 2, I'd get 16. We have to ask, what do we multiply this 8 by to get 24? And that would be 3. And if we multiply by 3 on the bottom, we have to multiply by 3 on the top. So let's do all this multiplication and set up the problem again. So 7 times 2 is 14, and 12 times 2 is 24. And we have our minus sign, and then 3 times 3 is 9, and 8 times 3 is 24. Now we can actually do the subtraction. So when the denominators are the same, you just subtract the numerators, 14 minus 9. And 14 minus 9 is 5. And then you just put that over your common denominator. So this answer is 5/24. Before I am satisfied with this answer, I should check to see if I can simplify it. I don't think I can because 5 is a prime number. It's only got factors of 1 and 5, and 24 is not divisible by 5. So I think this is as simple as you can get. Let's try another one. In this one, we're adding, but the process is pretty much the same. We want to list our multiples to find the least common multiple. So let's list some multiples of 8. So we've got 8, 16, 24, 32. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping my eye out for anything that ends in a 5 or a 0. Let's see, 32, 40. Aha! 40. So multiples of 5. 5 times 8 is 40. So 40 is going to be our magic number here. So let's set this up now. We've got 5 over 8, and we want to multiply that by 5 to get to 40. So 8 times 5 is 40. If we multiply down there by 5, we have to multiply up here by 5. And we've got our plus sign, and then we've got 2 over 5. And we don't multiply by 5 again over here because 5 times 5 would be 25. We want to get to 40 in both denominators, so we have to multiply by 8. And if we multiply by 8 down here, we multiply by 8 up here. All right, let's rewrite this. 5 times 5 is 25. 8 times 5 is 40. And we've got our plus sign. 2 times 8 is 16. And 5 times 8 is 40. And let's see, we're going to add 25 plus 16. I think I can do this in my head. 20 plus 10 is 30. 5 plus 6 is 11. 30 plus 11 would be 41. So this is 41 40ths. Well, that's interesting. So it's 1 and 1/40th if you wanted to put that as a mixed number. We don't need to put it as a mixed number. We just need to make sure we can't simplify this. The factors of 40 are 1 and 40 and 4 and 10 and 2 and 20 and 5 and 8. And I'm pretty sure that's it. And none of those are factors of 41, so this is as simple as it can be. So that is a little bit of work with adding and subtracting fractions when they don't have the same denominator to start with.